Alrighty, so we are here at my desk, and this is Matthew Morris of ManaDawn Tabletop Games, and I'm going to be doing a solo adventure campaign. We'll see how long it goes for Bastards by Micah Anderson. Super fun, super lightweight. TTRPG in the old school vein. Super simple D20 roll under system, and yeah, it's one of my favorite systems there is out there. I've written quite a few supplements for it. There's lots of great stuff out there currently, and we'll be using one of those supplements that I've written called Bastard. And it is my solo play procedures for Bastards, and so we'll be using those as we go through and play some adventures and see what happens. I'm going to be using also this tactical grid here from another one of my Bastards supplements, Chessboard Tactical Battle Maps for Bastards, where we'll be using chess pieces and some other things. So that will be fun, and we'll be using, to start out the adventure, we'll be using Jason Wardell's Kobolds in the Equipment Graveyard as our opening adventure. So that should be kind of fun. We'll see what happens. I rolled up off camera a couple hours ago my character, as well as his hireling, and just went through a couple of the setup procedures. So I'll just kind of review those. I'm using these super awesome character booklets that were made by someone in the community. So those are available on itch.io. They're super cool. You just print on an A4 and then fold, and it becomes this booklet with notes on the back, whole character sheet on the inside, and then the cover. But yeah, so the way Bastards works, this is going to be kind of, I guess, a session 0, as it were. So the way it works is you roll up your stats, 3d6 down the line, and that's your strength, your dexterity, and your wisdom. What I did, because I knew I was going to be playing this solo and it was going to be a single character with a hireling, I did the 3d6 and then I added 3 to the overall total. We're going to see if that works. I don't know if that made me stronger than I should be, or if it wasn't strong enough. But yeah, so I have a strength of 12, I have a dexterity of 13, and a wisdom of 8. So not necessarily the smartest or wise, but I'm okay when it comes to strength. The next thing that you're going to do in Bastards is you're going to get your starting luck, which is pretty much the equivalent of saves in all of your old school dragon games. And the way that works is I can spend a point of luck to make things go my way if I fail a check, or I can make a save, which is testing the luck. And to do that, I'll roll a d20 under my luck number. So luck is half of your starting highest stat. So since dexterity for me is 13, I did luck, half of that, and then I rounded up just because I'm playing solo and wanted to give myself a little bit of an advantage. So my luck is 7. So yeah, it's going to be rough. So to test luck, you roll under d20 to avoid, and whether you succeed or fail, you're going to reduce your luck by 1, and luck restarts each morning. So yeah, use it sparingly. So yeah. Combat, we'll go over those rules when the time comes. HP is just D6 plus your strength. So I rolled a 5. My HP is 17. That HP roll also determines what your class is going to be. So I am a fighter, which means I have advantage to hit with melee weapons, and then I can roll for an additional weapon at character creation. But one of the cool things that Bastards does is they have this appendix with some extra classes, and so because I had 5 HP, I looked at these and I rolled a 6, which is Channeler, which is your meat is a vessel for the spirits of the unquiet dead. Start with D3 ghosts with unfinished business inhabiting your mind. So I decided I'd actually merge those two rather than have it be an extra class. I just merge the fighter and the channeler together. I rolled a d3 and got 3. So my character, Aodhan the Haunted, is tormented by 3 um, ghosts within his mind who have unfinished business, who may be actually pushing him on in his adventure. We'll determine that as things go along here. So yeah, after you get your class, you then go to your inventory, and so you start with 3 torches, a knife, 3 rations, and a water skin, as well as a cloak. So I have those things here in my equipment. The amount of things you can carry is your strength number. And so started out with those things, and then you go straight to your equipment, where you will roll for your weapons. And because I'm a fighter, I roll twice. My first roll was a 1, which means I'm unarmed and I start with a spell. And so for the spells, the way spells work here in Bastards is you roll 2d20s. One is an action word, one is an object, and you combine those and then kind of just come up with their meaning. But Thriftomancer created this awesome supplement called Incantations, where instead of just rolling 2d20s, you're actually going to roll a total of 6d20s. You're going to do the 2d20s twice, combining to come up with your descriptive word, to come up with your action word, and to come up with your objective word. And so I rolled and I came up with the spell Mutagenic Refine Mask. And the way I interpret mutagenic refine and mask is that the ghosts in my head can mutate my face or my visage into a mask, a really refined image of someone I've seen before. And I'm going to say that this effect will last for 6 hours per use. And so we'll see how that comes into play, if it's useful, if it's helpful, or if it bites me, as it has some sort of not so happy effects. But because I'm a fighter and I roll twice, my second roll for my armor or for my weapons and equipment was a 6, which means I get a piece of armor and I get to roll again. My next roll, I rolled another 6, so I ended up with 2 pieces of armor. And then on my roll again, still for my second weapon there, I got a heavy weapon, which means I have advantage on healing rolls. And so I chose a spear because I thought that would be fun to have a pole arm. It's going to take up 2 inventory slots, but it's going to deal d6 damage at advantage. So I'll roll 2 d6s and take the higher of the 2. I chose gauntlets and a surcoat, each of which taking 2 inventory slots and giving me a armor value each. So I have 2 AC, which is great. It means that when enemies attack me, they have to roll under their attack value, but over my armor class of 2. So that'll come in handy. And yeah, so that is my character, Aodhan the Haunted. Because I'm playing solo, I decided I wanted to have a hireling as well. And so I rolled for a hireling, and my hireling is going to be he's a burglar. I rolled a 3, which a burglar means he has d6 plus 1 HP. I rolled a 5, so he has 6, which is great. And he has the thieves' abilities, as well as he's going to partake in 25% in all of the treasure that we find together. He's got a strength of 9, a dexterity of 11, a wisdom of 5, and he wields a small dirk. His name is Stephen. The dirk means he's going to have a d6 at disadvantage, but if he's super sneaky, he gets an extra d6 to his attack, which is kind of fun. So that's my character. And I'm pretty excited to dive into this. Before we finished this this little level or session 0, just the way Bastard works, my solo play procedures for Bastards. You're going to need a couple d20s, a couple d6s, pen or pencil, paper, a copy of Bastards, some fun adventures, which I've got all that. And the way it's going to work is it's going to center on us creating a story. and we're going to be this lone adventurer out there, and we'll roll some dice. We'll ask the fate chart yes or no questions. Fate is a number that represents the level of chaos or stressfulness at any given moment. An adventure is going to begin with a fate of 10, and that'll reduce as the chaotic nature of the plot thickens, and as the story progresses. If things are getting intense, we're going to reduce the fate by 1, so it could go from 10 to 9 to 8, etc. Um, and But it shouldn't be adjusted more than twice a session. But if things are going seemingly well or in our favor, we can actually increase the fate number, taking it up to 11 or 12, and then we will roll when things happen. We'll ask yes or no questions, and based off of our result on the D20, we will take a look at this chart to get our answers. But then at times we'll ask open-ended questions, and for those we'll jump to the spark tables where we'll roll 2d20s, get a combination of words. So for example, like let's say we ask an open-ended question and we get 4, which is vanquish, and 12, which is fervor. Vanquish, fervor, we will think about that and see how that might interpret an answer to our question. We got some procedures in here for overland travel and some of those things, so those might come up, they might not. But as I say in most of my Bastards supplements, I trust you. This is about having fun, so I'm going to have fun with it. We'll use the rule of cool at the table, and we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, looking forward to taking Aodhan the Haunted and his hireling, Stephen the Burglar, in a game of Bastards, playing through Kobolds in the Equipment Graveyard by Jason Wardell. Again, Bastards by Micah Anderson, and this is Matthew Morris, tabletop games writer, designer, and solo role player, I guess. So yeah, thanks for checking out my video, and I look forward to seeing what happens to Aodhan in real time with you. Hope you have a good one.